Welcome to the very first episode of Leader Stage. I'm Sanchini Munisinger, and this is where we sit down with amazing leaders from IT industry to hear their stories, lessons, and insights. Today, I'm really excited to introduce our very first guest, Kumudu Bandarage, Delivery Manager. Kumudu has years of experience driving delivery excellence, leading teams, and adapting to the fast changing IT landscape. We are going to talk about his journey, leadership lessons, and the role of AI in shaping the future of delivery management. Hi, Kumudu. Welcome to Leader Stage.
Hi.
And thank you very much for being here. We'll have a round of rapid fire questions and just say the first thing that comes into your mind.
Sure.
AI or human judgment?
I would say AI assisted human judgment because we need to make sure that we get the use of AI in this era. If not, it's not worth at all.
Exactly. Remote first or hybrid office?
Absolutely remote first because if you can do the same work being at anywhere you want, why would you have to like put hours onto road and spend it just to open Teams or Slack to connect up and do work remote first?
Most underrated tool in your workstation?
Right. I believe it's nothing which it's been spoken much, but then for PMO and delivery, I believe it's a decision record. Why? Because end of the day, once you are delivering only, everyone asks what happened, and if you had to loan your resource to another team, if some decision was taken to differ from the path, so you have to record all that. You need that to keep track. If not, you'll be stuck. So make sure you do the decision recorded.
All right. A book or podcast that inspired you recently?
Right. I love reading books, and the most recent book that I have been reading was "You Can Retire Early." So I'm reading a lot on these. So you can retire early. You can. So connect with us. We'll tell you how.
Wow. Okay. I think that's a different conversation that we can have in the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If you could swap jobs with anyone in tech for a day, who would it be?
In tech,
Yeah.
I would say onto QA because why? Because end of the day, that's the last stage where you're delivering to the clients, and that's the last check that is being done. So make sure that everything is perfect.
Sounds good. One thing people don't usually know about you.
Right. So I love travel a lot. So I travel a lot, read a lot, and love watching movies.
Now, I would like to step back and start with your journey. So, can you share with us how you got into IT and what inspired you to move into delivery management?
Right. So, Sanchi, I started my career so I had two brothers. So my eldest brother took the IT path, and then I wanted to go in the same path, but I was like 5 years younger. So what I did was, but I like evaluated the path to go into IT. So generally, it first path was you need to get the highest marks from mathematics, and it was only 100 students taken into Kadubedda or even to Colombo. So I evaluated myself, and I knew that it's a hard target. So I went up to my father and said, "No, I want to do IT, but I don't think this path is going to work. Will you be able to sponsor for an external degree?" So he said, "No, he'll do it." So then after O levels, I skipped A levels, saving 3 years, and then I directly did NCC, which was like the first year it was taken as a higher diploma. And back then, to join IIT for the degree, you either needed to have A levels or a high diploma. So NCC fulfilled that qualification, and then I was able to join IIT just a single batch junior to my brother, who was 5 years elder to me. That's where I started actually.
Good to know that. I didn't know about that history actually. So when you entered to the industry, was there any difference on what you learned at the university and the expectation in the industry?
Absolutely, because so during my tenure with the university, at the placement, I worked for IFS for like a couple of months, and we were doing C#.net. So I was a developer. But end of the program, when we were out in the market looking for jobs, at that time, Virtusa had. I mean, I got opportunity at Virtusa, but they did not have .net. So they wanted me to do Java, but I did not want to do Java that time. So they said, let's start with QA, and then you can move on after a couple of months. But then it didn't happen, so I had to go on the QA path, and eventually that's how I shaped myself in the first years. Then only I moved to a PMO after a couple of years in the QA field.
The other thing I want to know is compared to back then, what do you think? Is it easier for a current generation to get a job in IT right now compared to back then?
It's not at all. It's very hard actually. So those days when we were into IT, when we started in IT, there was like plenty of opportunities. But now it's not the case with AI. A lot of jobs are being cut and a lot of jobs are being repurposed. So now, if you want to do IT, it's an entirely different path because I mean, the generation who are studying at universities to do IT right now is in the greatest level of finding out what's going to come next because it's like that revolutionary area of the future of IT. So then, because of that, you need to like keep a very good idea on the industry, what's happening, and keep well up with that if you want to go on this path.
All right, I think that that's something important for our audience as well, especially for those who are just entering to the workforce and also fresh graduates. It's really important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and also for those who are watching and who don't know what exactly this delivery management role is, could you please explain to our audience what that role is exactly?
Right. So I'll start with PMO. So if you come to become a developer or a tester or a BA or someone in DevOps, so your work is like within that role, right? Within that space. But when you become a PMO, you sit like in a higher level and you have to work with all the other departments, all the other roles, and get everyone into the same path to get things delivered. So that's where our delivery and PMO comes to place. That's the role where you have to work with everyone, and at the end of the day, you have to get things delivered. So that's a lot of spaces you have to work together.
In every role, in every job, there's something that we don't see yet. It's critical for the success. So,
Yeah.
what is it in delivery management we have?
So delivery management is all about working with people, trying to understand people, and trying to get what people are not willing to say. So that comes with lots of experience. I would say so. You need to like talk to people, try to understand them, and try to get what they are not trying to say most of the time, and try to align things. I mean, you will have to sort out clashes and negotiate with other departments to get everything smooth in order to get ultimately your delivery done in the agreed timelines, which is a very difficult job actually.
Right now, if you look at the IT industry, most of the people they start their journey in technical roles as developers, as
Yes.
QE. At one point, they feel like they want to move into leadership. So, what are the opportunities they have? For some, it naturally happens actually,
Right.
but what we can do, what are the skills they have to develop in terms of growing their career and moving into leadership?
Right. So, one thing when you need to step into leadership is again, you need to work with people, right? So, suppose you are a developer and highly skilled developer, but just because you are a senior developer, you can do everything and all that. But you have to think about, I mean, what's your next step? If you are stepping into leadership, you need to plan it out because you will put in a role where you have to work with people, talk to people, you like it or not. So there's a different, entirely different skill. Just because you can code, you're not going to succeed being a technical lead. Never. Even QA lead, never, because you need to work with your peers, understand them, and groom them up, and you need to get the results out. You can being a exceptional developer or a QA or a BA and doing your job is not going to help you when you're stepping to a leadership role. So what's most important is learning how to work with people, trying to get the results out from all of them, grooming them into their next levels. That's how you become a real leader.
I think you sort of answered my next question as well, but I would like you to elaborate it more. I know that when someone move into leadership, it's not that smooth. Like that transition is not that smooth.
Yeah.
So what were the biggest challenges you had in your early stage when you move into leadership?
Right. So first time, I mean, when it comes to me, Sanjay, I like in my early stage, I was not talking at all. So my skill is in writing, so I can write a lot, being an introvert. So when I first became a lead in the first meeting with the US stakeholders, my actually my US stakeholder asked me why I'm not talking in the meeting. So it was very embarrassing. So then only I figured out, no, I cannot, just because I do the work and get it done. It's not how you can play this role. So I had to, step out of the cube that I was in, and I had to communicate, like speak, and get everyone together and deliver things. So when you first become a lead, I mean, the first thing that you have to understand is doing your work is not going to get you to the next level, so you need to work with others to get the results out. That's the most important thing, I would say.
That means you need to learn how to drive others and get the results.
Absolutely.
Since you have been leading teams and projects for a while, what are the habits you keep up every day? Like we hear a lot of about leadership skills like communication and empathy. What are the habits you try to improve within yourself?
I think if you're a leader, the best thing that you can be is trying to be more human. Uh, I mean, it's not always a number, so the number of codes or test results or anything. First, try to be human. I mean, first try to connect to people honestly. Then I mean, you will get into their shoes. Then you will know what you need to improve in them, because all the juniors need help to grow into their next levels. So as a leader, your utmost important thing is like grooming them to their next levels. That's how you can even go to a next role. So if you're only getting the work done, you'll stay at where you are. But soon as you become a leader, you have to identify a person whom you will groom into your place, making, I mean, being very selfless. Even if you lose your position, that person is the backup person who will take up and do the things. Then it'll automatically create your next level. But people don't do that, right? Because they are very insecure, but they don't go far.
I think many people have to learn it in a hard way, but through these kind of conversations, they can learn through others' experience and develop their skills as well.
Absolutely.
Now, AI has been integrated to many project management tools as well.
Yes.
So, how do you think it's shaping the role of delivery manager? What's the impact it's bringing to delivery management role?
I believe so into PMO and delivery management, I mean, AI could be used as a very great assistant where you can just do the reporting, like data encapsulations and all that really easy.
Hmm.
So that's like one of the basics use that we can do with AI.
Every day we are hearing about AI and we are getting so many updates about AI. So how do you keep you up to date?
Right. to get up to speed with AI, you need to start using AI. So what I do is to my everyday work. So apart from being a delivery manager, I'm also a content creator. So I use AI for all the matters, work, my content creation, everything. So it's a great deal when having to learn prompt engineering and all that. But apart from when it comes to managing projects, also, I mean, you can, I mean, if there's a difficult stage that you're facing, earlier stages, you will just lean on to someone who's senior and ask, but you can just get assistance of AI and get that resolved and make use of it.
Yeah, related to that, with your own experience, have you seen AI impacting the way how we deliver projects right now? Is there any major impact?
Yes, I mean absolutely. So a couple of weeks back, there's something called AWS Q. That's AWS development AI. So we got a training from AWS itself. So they came down and we did one of our new epics with AWS Q. So what happens is you can give like all the instructions to like using prompt engineering. Actually, you can give all the requirements to the AWS queue, and then it'll ask you like lots of questions. So you have to answer all that. So then we can tell the development platform and all that everything. And what it does is it takes all the inputs and then it actually develops the solution. So usually, if we did it using a team, it would probably take like 2 sprints to 3 sprints. But then after getting all the first level of prompt engineering done, AWS Q actually did this within like 2 days. So look at it like your solution is done 80%. So 20% is what is left. 20% is what you have to, reshape, edit, and, cut and crop and all that. And then you're ready to go.
We talked about the gap we have between the education system and also the real workforce industry exposure.
Mhm.
So, as you think, do universities and training programs do they really prepare graduates for the industry,
As into AI.
as into IT, like in general?
Well, if you are like lucky enough to choose IT program, probably you'll get a hint of it. But if not, I don't think so. I don't think we are there.
What do you think as missing there?
Because I mean, if you look at it generally, like even if you go to a school, college right now, and ask a couple of students, I mean, the knowledge that they have when it comes to what is the profession that they want to choose, what are the professions which is paying higher in the industry. I don't think apart from the Colombo schools and students, they lack a lot of information. I mean, that's why you see students going to different streams where you find it very hard to find jobs, very low pay and all that. But easily, I mean, there are a lot of things that you can do in within your own as well, even without a company. But people don't. I mean, in Sri Lanka, that knowledge is not there, so we had to do a lot of work to get the knowledge to everyone, if possible.
Yeah, the reality is the real learning happens in the industry itself, not in the classroom.
Yeah,
But it's better if we can bring that exposure to the classroom as well.
absolutely. So there's
Yeah,
a huge gap out there.
exactly. Yeah. So if there is someone who is watching us who has a dream to become a manager in the IT industry in the future,
Mm.
so what do you have to say? What are the things where they can start from, and what are the things they have to improve?
Okay, so a common question which is being asked a lot, but then there are two ways. The first way is like you can start with area that you like, let it be a developer, QA, BA, DevOps, or anything. So you can pick a area that you have your liking into, and then you can go ahead on it. And usually, once you are a associate, when you are an engineer, when you are a senior engineer, usually like good companies like let it be Cisco, IFS, like AWS. So those companies would give you opportunity to switch into like PMO or delivery, or that strategic level of roles. So then you can easily start with like associate team lead or something, and then you can groom yourself on the job, working and learning how to do it. Then you can go on that path. If not, what they have to do is, there are companies those who seek like roles like coordinators. So you need to go into a small role like that and try to coordinate, do the help which is needed to that bigger role, and then you can step into, after some experience, you can step into a team lead role and go in that path. That's a known two ways that you can step into PMO or managerial roles.
Again, a very important thing, especially for students
Yeah.
and anyone who is planning to enter to the industry. That's a valuable thing I think
Yes.
you shared. So now looking back at your own journey, can you think of one mistake you made that turned into a great lesson in your life?
A mistake.
That turned into a great lesson, valuable lesson.
Right. So I can relate to, so when I was working for Pearson, so as I told, like I was working for Pearson for like 12 years, and during that stint, I was under QA for like 7 years. So during that time, during this period, I was a senior QA lead, and the next level was the QA manager. But then they had like one or two opportunities. So we had like 10 or 12 senior QA leads, and the competition was tough. And so I did everything. Like, so in the industry, just because even if you're a senior engineer, even if you're a senior senior developer lead or whatever, doing what is in your job role won't get you anywhere, right? It'll just give you a three, meets expectations. That's it. So if you want to really succeed, get a four or a five, you have to do everything else which are not in that JD job profile. So you need to do everything extra. So I was doing everything extra apart from doing my job. But then for some reason, someone else got that opportunity, and I was really hurt because I tried my best and there was only one opportunity and someone else got it. So then just because of that, just because that I missed that opportunity, it helped me to look out. Then only I realized, okay, it's not only QA. Then only I actually looked at PMO. I actually had an open invitation from PMO to join them anytime, because I was doing like larger initiatives within the QA space. They saw that they had that open invitation. So then that's how I joined PMO just after I got rejected from that QA manager position. But then starting with PMO opened a lot of doors that I never imagined.
I think you answered to my next question as well again. So it's about some of the students who are studying general project management as a subject.
Right.
Do they need to have a strong technical background if they want to enter into project management and succeed as a um, project manager?
So it's like this, if you know, I mean, if you have technical background, then being a project manager, being a delivery manager, it's easier because you know what they're doing when they turn. If you don't know what they're doing, if you have not done it in your younger stage, it'll be a bit difficult, because we have coded, because we have tested, because we have been leads. We know what the situation is, right? In a project, if something goes wrong, if someone is taking more time, we know what they're doing. So it's definitely easier that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with that we have come to the end of our discussion as well. But before we wrap up, I want to end on one more personal note. We talked a lot about your journey, leadership skills, and AI trends. But what's one book? Okay, you talked about your book as well. But one habit or practice that had the biggest impact on your professional life?
Professional life.
Yeah.
Uh, so, I mean, why are we Why are we all working? Why are you working, Sanjay?
To earn money and also to improve ourselves, I would say.
Okay. Do you have like a stage where do you have a like a something in your mind? Okay, this is where you want to be, and it ends there. I mean, the money which is flowing after you working hard, does it end somewhere?
I don't think it's ending there.
Exactly. So you're in a loop, never ending, right?
Yeah,
So I mean, improving yourself is totally fine, but then I mean, if you're working for anyone, and then after your paycheck, you have to wait for the next paycheck to do your bills or do your home dues and all that. You're in deep trouble, I would say. You're in the rat race. So stop, going out of things. I mean, these days, I mean, everyone is getting all the vehicles, right? The vehicle is something you need to go from A to B. That's it. Just because everyone else got a new car, you don't want a new car. You're spending like millions of money which you don't have, and you're becoming a slave because you have to work to pay it off. So try to cut that off. That's just going with the herd. I mean, try to get out of the rat race. That's the best thing that I learned ever in my professional life. Reading a lot of books because I don't want to get trapped. It's enough. There's enough. Find your enough. If you don't find your enough, you're going to get trapped. You're going to work being a slave. There are ways to get your money's work when you sleep. Read the books. If not, talk to us. We'll teach you how to, but get rid of it.
thank you very much. I think many of our audience will reach out to you after this discussion to get more information about that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and finally, if you had to leave our audience with one message,
Mm.
something that they can take away from your own story, what would that be?
Again, find your purpose. I mean, everyone's life should have a purpose. Find your purpose. If your purpose is to get the iPhone 17, I'm sorry, but find the purpose. Your purpose should be serving to the world, serving to the people, serving to the people, those who are less fortunate than you. Please try to understand.
Powerful. I think that's the perfect note to end this conversation. Um, So, Kumudu, thank you very much for being here and accepting my invitation. And your story, this conversation, it resonates a lot with me. I think there were so many valuable lessons for our audience as well to take away and apply to their own lives as well. So, thank you very much for this conversation.
And thanks a lot for inviting me as well, Sachin.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
And to everyone watching us, thank you very much for being here with us. If you found this useful, please share your thoughts in the comment section. Until we see you next time, stay curious, stay inspired, build your own stage. Thank you very much.